continue this hyper-romanticized and, in my humble opinion, boringly perfect van life compilation, or I could take the road far less traveled on social media and let you into the more vulnerable thoughts stirring within me this morning. The real ones, the non-edited ones, and the rebellious ones. It almost feels that way. Like being authentic within a culture of plastic perfection is a rebellion. Well, time to start a revolution. Over these summer months, I've had an abundance of magic moments living and traveling in my van, and the shots throughout this video diary are just that. A highlight reel of experiences that I felt drawn and, dare I say, compelled to share with you all. And I use that word compelled. It's defined as an active state of being forced to do something. And no, I haven't been kidnapped or held against my will to create content, so throughout this video, let me attempt to explain what I mean by that. And I'm just going to take a leap of trust that the transparency of my thoughts will be met with empathy and mutual understanding, especially from younger millennials and those of you in Gen Z with me. There's not a feeling in the world that's only been experienced by one singular human being, and I remind myself of that comforting truth often. We're not alone in our humanity or in our brokenness, and anything that's truly genuine includes that brokenness within it. Even a perfectionistic image is tainted because it's ultimately deceptive, making it almost manipulative in its own right. Anyways, I digress. Ever since I picked up a camera/phone as a young teenager and posted my first ever YouTube video, I've had an unyielding passion for capturing and sharing stories through this medium. And not just the easy experiences, but the hard journeys too. And while this zest to share the ups and downs of life continues to grow each day, so does the fear of realizing, maybe I don't know how to stop.
There's photographer.
I have to capture all the moments of my life, Grandpa.
If I miss a moment, there's almost a grief, an unfeigned feeling of loss that I can't quite shake. Like I missed a memory that I'll never get to relive again, or perhaps like that moment doesn't exist in the same tangible way it once did, simply because it wasn't captured and witnessed by others. Growing up in an Instagram world, we'd joke and say, pics or it didn't happen, but the truth is, a lot of us just aren't laughing anymore. It's not so funny when the private moments of our lives feel less real simply because they don't exist on a forgotten page of the internet somewhere forever. I can pinpoint the moment these feelings began for me, the unexpected and jarring death of a friend that I had so little documentation of. I constantly wished I'd had more pictures or footage with her that I could look back at, as if somehow having these would make her any less dead. I still find myself scrolling through her social media feeds from time to time, and unsurprisingly, these don't even begin to capture a fraction of who she was and the impact she had on the people around her. There's so much more to a human being than squares on a screen could ever adequately document, moving images or still. And there's so much more to me than I could ever attempt to share. It's ironic, really. I feel like I've been constantly climbing my way out of lifestyle boxes I felt trapped inside of, feeling suffocated by made-up timelines for success, outside pressures to stay locked inside worldviews I realized no longer aligned with my own, all while shielding to a constant river of opinions on where, how, and, in my particular case, sometimes what I should live in. Yet another all-too-universal human experience, the desperate attempt to cater and carry the weight of others' opinions. I realized one day that if I can give so much merit to others' opinions of me, it had to be possible to transfer some of that value and trust into my own. Anyways, the irony comes with knowing how many boxes I've busted out of lately just to find myself somehow feeling stuck inside the 720 by 1080 box of YouTube content creation. Feeling guilty for wanting to take a break here and there, and to gift myself the freedom to cherish moments that are solely my own, uncaptured anywhere other than my memories. Guilt is its own prison, and, in my opinion, one of the strongest. Is it selfish not to share such a perfect sunset? It can feel almost wrong to keep it all to myself, limiting its beauty to one singular present moment where even future me can't come back to re-experience it once again. How comical it is to think I'll be looking back in the future when I know full well I'll be chasing new sunsets and have forgotten all about this one. And just about as quickly as I came into this world, I will also one day leave it. The hundreds of creations that spilled out of me will probably still exist somewhere in the deep depths of the internet, likely outdated and mostly forgotten. But there will be countless memories that forever die with me, and contrary to what I used to believe, that isn't hopeless. Actually, quite the contrary. Our experiences are valuable because they don't last forever, and each breath is incredible because there's a finite number of how many we get to take. and the constant presence of death reminds us that we're never guaranteed the next. So share the moments you wish and cherish the ones you don't. And know that while social media seems to feel more and more encompassing every day, you are so much more than a grid of squares will ever be able to express. The complexity of your existence, the memories you gathered, and the battles you grew through may not continue to be consciously known. This doesn't equal purposelessness within them. So I'll continue to honor the passion I feel to document my life, but I'll also honor myself and set aside moments just for me. Though one day I will end, I have value just the same, and so do you. As I always say, thank you for the opportunity to share my heart with all of you. It's truly a privilege. And special thanks to my patrons for helping make these videos possible. If my content has touched you in some way, consider heading over there to support more of it. Never required, but always appreciated. And at the risk of sounding like a total hippie, peace and love to each and every one of you. And I'll see you in the next. Literally bugs everywhere. So that's the reality of what I'm sitting in with every single one of these shots. I'm walking. Oh, gross. The view from the summit. Wow.
Check out them rolling green hills.
I don't have a rain fly for this size pack, so I brought a rain jacket to be the rain fly. New house, who dis? A little smaller than the van, just a little. Alright, I'm being reborn.